This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, happy Monday. It is the Jason Walker Show. We are inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave and presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your choice. It's your vehicle. It's your choice where you have it. Repair, choose Capital Collision Center. Hope you had a great week. Spring break for most. And we took a week off, getting refreshed and back in the saddle and ready for another great week and a great sports season, spring sports season. We've got baseball, we've got track and field, softball, golf across the state. It's just awesome. So got a chance to do some golfing over the weekend and had a good time. Coming up today on the show, we're going to talk to Miss Rodeo Montana, Lynn Kraus. A big weekend for Montana Circuit winners as they're down in Kissimmee, Florida, starting Thursday for the Ram Circuit Finals. Also going to talk to World Series hero Ron Swoboda from the New York Mets in 1969. He's going to join us. That's going to be awesome. So you're going to want to stick around for that. We are live on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com. Also on the Twitter, the YouTube, I believe, and also on Facebook. So you can watch us anywhere. JasonWalkerShow.com. And like I said, had a great week. And hope you did as well, if you got to take some time off. So let's see here. Where do we start? You can email us, jason@jasonwalkershow.com, and tweet @jwalkersports. By the way, Twitter poll today and also on Facebook. Who wins tonight? Gonzaga or Baylor? It's that simple. Stanford, congratulations to the Stanford women winning the title last night, but beating Arizona. So get your nominations in, too, for Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. And we'll give that away a little bit later on, too. So there you go. Like I said, back off the week. Eric Anderson resigned as Sports Information Director at Carroll College. Eric suffered a loss in the family recently and dealing with that. But tell you what, man, it was fun to work with him, not only in his time at the IR, but also in his time with Carroll. He was a good dude. He still is a good dude. Just going to be missed for sure. It doesn't matter who steps into that job. It's not going to be as good as what Eric did for a couple of years. Unless I do it, which I'm not going to get the job. So, I mean, right? Carroll's not going to hire me. So there's that. Trying to figure out why we're not live on YouTube. We'll get that figured out as well. Hopefully by tomorrow. So there you go. Coming up on the walk-off, by the way, we've got some great stuff from my son, who is over in Eastern Europe. So that's coming up in the walk-off as well, my son Bob. Tomorrow, real quick, Cassie Turner, Miss Last Chance Stampede will be in studio, and also going to talk to Ryan Schwackert of Last Chance Curling Club. So that's tomorrow, Major Mortgage Man Cave. So, all right, let's get started. We talked about Eric resigning, which is tough news, and nobody currently is going to fill that position as well as he did. But did see this news today that Montana State is going to allow 2,500 masked and socially distanced fans for the Sonny Holland Classic, which is coming up, the end of the spring scrimmage for the Montana State football team. Get 2,500 fans in Bobcat Stadium. I get it. It's outside. They're masked. But we can't put 2,500 fans in the field house this weekend for the spring rodeo. And as much of a Bobcat fan as I am and supporter of Montana State, I will take them to task when I feel like it's necessary. And I think it's necessary. Why can't the spring? And it's going to be in the 40s this weekend, which the spring rodeo is going to be held outdoors at the Gallatin County Fairgrounds for years and years. It's the best college rodeo outside of the CNFR. But it's held in the field house. Why can't they? I mean, I get it. You're worried about the COVID, but it's kind of, I don't agree with that decision right there. So, and again, that's my opinion. You can disagree if you want, but why can you have 2,500 fans for a spring football scrimmage, but not for a rodeo for 3 nights? And don't give me the inside-outside story. It doesn't hold up. If you're wearing masks outdoors, you're wearing masks indoors, it doesn't make a difference, right? Anyway, so there's that. And on top of that, the Cats and Grizz both came out over the weekend and said they will be full capacity in their stadiums for football this fall. Why are we waiting till fall? If you're going to have 2,500 fans in the stands this weekend, why are we waiting till fall? And that goes back to why can't we have fans in the stands at the field house for rodeo? Speaking of the Grizz, they're playing Central Washington this weekend and Portland State next weekend. And the question is, why? You opted out of playing a 6-game Big Sky schedule or whatever it was. So why are you going to play 2 games? What's the big deal? And then you're going to play a conference opponent. Like, you opted out. Portland State opted out. If you're going to scrimmage, then just scrimmage against each other. Who cares? Right? But if you're going to play these 2 games, why the hell didn't you just stay in the other games? In the league schedule for the Big Sky? Out of player safety. Well, I already know of a serious injury over there from spring practice, gearing up for a game that means nothing this weekend. So why do these 2 games matter? Why are you playing football games in the spring if you opted out of playing in a league schedule? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It blows my mind how some of these decisions have been made over the last year from both sides. And this isn't a political deal. It's not. It's just, good Lord. I am refreshed. I did have a great week off. Want your Auto Contest Performance of the Week nominees? You can tweet us at JWalkerSports. You can email Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com. We are live on the Podbean. Working on the audio there. Thank you for that. I'll turn it up a little bit. I know there's some issues between it's a technical deal and I don't understand it. But I appreciate you weighing in there on the Podbean. Yeah, appreciate that. What do you uncommon see? Is that it? I like it. Let's see what else. Oh, you can vote. Who wins tonight? Baylor or Gonzaga? At JWalkerSports on the Twitter. You can tweet there. You can Facebook as well. Baylor or Gonzaga. And if you're going to pick Gonzaga, at least know how to pronounce the name. It is Gonzaga. It's not Gonzaga. They're not the Zogs. It's Gonzaga. Really, they're not the Zag. They're the Bulldog, right? But it's still Gonzaga. I'll give you my pick coming up. And it's going to be probably an unpopular pick as well. So, there you go. So you can vote there at JWalkerSports and Facebook it as well. So far, Gonzaga, big lead. Let's see. MSU Northern is going to play at home for the first time on their new field at their new stadium, which is pretty cool, honestly. On campus, they'll host Rocky Mountain College. Carroll's going to host College of Idaho. But I know they wanted to. I'm actually surprised they're playing this spring at the new stadium. I would have figured they would have wanted to open it with fans in the stands, but they're going to broadcast the game on SWX. These two teams have 2 combined wins? Is that it? Oh, that'll be a fun game to watch. For sure. Wayne Tinkle got a contract extension. No surprise there after taking Oregon State deep into the Elite Eight. Now takes him through the 2026-2027 season. A 3-year extension. And the 5 seed that was picked to win or picked to finish 12th in the conference and Pac-12 and ended up winning the whole thing. So they lost to Houston. The Beavers did. But nice Elite Eight performance. And I mean, was it Oregon State that won the first ever NCAA title back in 1939? How about that? So there you go. All right. Let's see. We'll take a break. We'll come back. And when we do, we'll check in with Miss Rodeo Montana. She was kind enough to stop in last week and record a segment, and we'll check in with her. Got the circuit finals. We got a big August coming up for Miss Rodeo Montana and the pageant. Also, it's just fun to check in with her and just talk because it's nice to have her in studio. So we'll check that out. Hey, check out my shirt. My uncle sent me a new shirt, Excite Bates. Remember, we wore the hat a couple weeks ago, but we've got the shirt on. Got it over the weekend, so there you go. Excite Bates down in Texas. You can go to his website, check it out. Good stuff. Good stuff. It was a pretty good picture, too, or shot. Oh, by the way, we have T-shirts. We'll give some of those away later on this week as well, or starting this week, too. So, and I still want to know who's in Ireland. Whoever is in Ireland listens to the show online. Love it. Appreciate it. Huge in Ireland. I mean, this show might be the biggest show in Ireland. Seriously. But whoever listens in Ireland, email us, jason@jasonwalkershow.com, so I can send you a T-shirt. Because we want T-shirts all over Ireland. Even though I think I'm Scottish. But you got great golf courses over there. Both Scotland and Ireland. So I just want to I want to send you a T-shirt in Ireland. Whoever listens over there. I appreciate it. All right. Take a break. Like I said, when we come back, Miss Rodeo Montana is going to join us. Jason Walker Show is presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your choice because it's your vehicle where you have it repaired. So choose Capital Collision Center. And it's amazing what they do for you. And I've talked about them for a long time now here on the show because I believe in Capital Collision Center and what they do. The work that they did on my vehicle, the work they've done on friends' vehicles, you can't beat it. It looks like you just drove it off the lot when you pick up your vehicle at Capital Collision Center after having it repaired. The text messages you get throughout, the customer service is amazing. Capital Collision Center on Euclid in Helena. We're coming right back. Miss Rodeo Montana next.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage Team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Listen to The Jason Walker Show anytime and anywhere. Download The Jason Walker Show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you enjoy podcasts.
Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Going to talk to World Series hero Ron Swoboda, the New York Mets, coming up in about 20 minutes or so. 25 minutes. We also will have our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Some great nominees. There was some great softball over the weekend. And track over in the state of Montana. If you want to nominate somebody, you can. At JWalker Sports on the Twitter. You can email us, Jason at jasonwalkershow.com. But there's rodeo this weekend down in Florida. Seems like we can do a lot of stuff in Florida and Texas. By the way, Globe Life Park, where they held the National Finals Rodeo, full capacity for the Rangers opening day game today. So let's get on it, Governor Gianforte, who we like. Let's get Montana opened up. Okay. By the way, I'm getting my first shot tomorrow, so I'll let you know how that goes. So if I'm not on tomorrow, you'll know why. I either got one and my legs like peeled off, or I got the other version and who knows. So if there's no show tomorrow, you'll understand. But we'll be here, right? All right. Took last week off, but still did some work. Had a chance to catch up with Miss Rodeo, Montana. Her name is Lynn Kraus. She's got a big gala coming up, and down in Belgrade on April 24th. Also going to have some big news. We have some big news that we're talking about here in a second with the pageant, Miss Rodeo Montana pageant, which is coming up in August as well. And to fill us in on all of that and much more, our good friend, Lynn Kraus. All right, always a pleasure to have our next guest in studio, on the phone, whatever it is. But this time she is in studio. It is Miss Rodeo Montana. It is Lynn Kraus. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you, Jason?
I'm great. It is. It's nice to have you back. And I guess I don't even know where to start, because it seems like a year ago we talked. And we had no idea what we were going to do. And then all of a sudden now we have plans and we have things, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, things are getting really exciting. I remember talking last year and we were just kind of like, yeah, we might do this. This might happen. Things are maybe on the schedule. But we've kind of really nailed it down, and people in rodeos are starting to figure out how to make events happen regardless.
And you've gotten already this year to go. You've gone South Dakota.
Yep.
Did you meet the governor?
Of South Dakota.
Yeah.
I didn't shake her hand, but I did see her.
Okay. No, she's like my hero.
Yeah.
And we're one of my heroes. I can't wait. I've tried for like 8 months to get on the show. I need
yeah.
her on the
I'm
show.
sure she would. If
Yeah.
Yeah. You ask hard enough.
Oh, I've been asking.
Yeah.
And then Valley City, North Dakota recently too. So that was cool.
Yep.
So you're able to go places already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been, like you said, North Dakota, South Dakota. I've got plans to travel next week. I'll be heading down to Florida for Ram National Circuit Finals, and so that's exciting. Everything's gearing up this year.
With the circuit finals down there, it's always a good time, and in Kissimmee, and it seems like we just had those because we did.
Right, I know they had to postpone, and they finally decided to have them in Colorado. I did actually get to go just as a fan, and so that was a lot of fun, cheer on our Montana Cowboys. Hopefully I'll be doing some more Montana Circuit social media while I'm down there, but I also get to help with the rodeo as Miss Rodeo Montana, so...
Yeah, well, and it's great because this is your second year, so I feel like already we're like best friends instead of friends. Like this is... Anyway, but it's really cool because it's just life is getting back to normal.
Right, yeah.
As close as we can. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the phrase the new normal,
right.
But it is what it is. Like I said, we're just trying to figure out how we can, make things happen regardless.
I like your jacket, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yep, all the contestants, all the state queens who are competing for Miss Rodeo America got new leather jackets, and so it's kind of become my favorite jacket lately.
It is. It's very nice. Is that that's real leather?
Yeah, it's a real leather. It's a STS Carroll Ranch wear. Yeah, so
you've had great
nice
sponsors all year.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And it continues.
Yep. I actually just ordered brand new autograph sheets, so hopefully I can pick those up Tuesday before I head down to Florida. Insty Prints in Livingston has been sponsoring my autograph sheet printing, and so she's been really amazing throughout the year. Obviously, we have our big sponsors. Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation has stayed on out through all these years. Yeah. I finally have my truck wrapped. That's going. It's parked out front. So
nice. Katie Lynn Kraus, our guest here, Miss Rodeo Montana. So I'm going to brag here for a second, and I don't know if people know this, but because I can't remember if I mentioned it on the air or not, but I got a call a couple weeks ago from some number in Geraldine. I'm like, who the heck do I know in Geraldine? Turned out to be the president of Miss Rodeo Montana Inc. and Angie, and she asked me to help host, I guess, the pageant, which is really cool. So that's the breaking news, is that I'm doing that, but there is actually going to be a pageant.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting. Obviously, we all got our years extended last year, but the Miss Rodeo Montana Inc., the board decided to take that opportunity to move forward with a Lady in Waiting program. They've been wanting to implement this program for years now, and this was a really good opportunity with, myself and Cody carrying our titles for a whole nother year, and they were able to just start that, and we'll be having our pageant this August.
In Great Falls.
That's correct.
All we can say.
Yep.
But what are the dates going to be?
So the pageant will be from August 4th through August 7th.
Okay. And are those normal times? I mean, like, I know it's normally in January, but 3 days spread out like that?
Yeah,
4 days?
so I believe the 4th is a Wednesday, and then, the 7th is a Saturday. And so that's typical of the Miss Rodeo Montana pageant. The Miss Rodeo Montana contestants will check in Wednesday. We're not quite sure of the order of events quite yet. We just have to figure out, what's available as far as venue and timing, etc. But it'll be pretty similarly ran as it has been before in January.
And of course, like I said, I get to be a part of it, and I think that'll be the Friday night event, where Friday afternoon, like a round table with all the contestants, asking them questions.
Yeah, so we're having a sort of fashion show, talk show sort of event Friday afternoon. It will be where the contestants will be judged on impromptu questions and some modeling. They will probably model outfits from stores in Great Falls, and you'll be there interviewing me and Cody and some people from the area, and it should be a lot of fun.
You got to, we don't know who all the contestants are going to be, but you got to tell them, like, it's really easy. Like, they're not hard questions. He's easy to work with. You could even say, I don't know, easy on the eyes. I don't know. I don't know what you can say to the girls. So
I'll definitely reassure all of them that he'll make it easy for you.
There you go.
So
Miss Rodeo Montana in our studio again, Katie Lynn Kraus, always a pleasure. But the Lady in Waiting, we've talked about this, but it's a great thing, because we've seen with different pageants across the state, whether it was, Last Chance Stampede, where they had to make a change, unfortunately, or other pageants across the country.
Yeah.
And now we have that lady in waiting where, hey, here, explain it for everybody.
Yeah, okay. So what a lady in waiting is we will have the pageant this summer, and we will crown, or choose rather, who will be Miss Rodeo Montana and Miss Teen Rodeo Montana 2022. And so they will actually not start to take responsibilities as Miss Rodeo Montana until January in 2022. But they have this, what we call being a lady in waiting, this period of time from the pageant up until January to prepare, basically. It's a really good time to start planning your sponsorships, your fundraisers. You know, that takes like so much work and so much preparation that it's so nice to be able to get that out of the way before your year as Miss Rodeo Montana starts. It's a good time to start talking to designers for your Miss Rodeo America wardrobe, kind of get that rolling. And it's really beneficial for everyone. I've talked to the board a lot and that I'm relieved as well. So traditionally we would, have the Miss Rodeo America pageant during the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. And then like a week later, it felt like we would have the Miss Rodeo Montana pageant. And so obviously as Miss Rodeo Montana, you have certain things, deadlines, duties you need to do at that pageant. But now the pageant will become before the Miss Rodeo America pageant. So Miss Rodeo Montana pageant, finish up rodeo season, and then it's just Miss Rodeo America prep for me. So
well, and that's nice too, because it basically gives you from the end of September all the way to the finals in December, back in Vegas, which will be nice.
Yes. We're excited. We're super excited.
I know. Everybody gets to go to Vegas, and you didn't get to go as last year.
Yeah.
But that's cool because now you can, like you said, you can just focus on that and talking with, like former Miss Rodeo Montana Kayla Seaman or Lindsay Garbstead about how to prepare, what to expect. And you also have designers you have to talk with.
Yeah, correct.
And money to raise still.
Exactly, yeah. I actually will be having my coronation fundraiser finally, April 24th. So that's exciting. Things coming up for me. I've been working with designers in preparation for Miss Rodeo America. They say, we've had 2 years to prepare, but in the beginning we had no idea what was to come. We didn't know if there was ever going to be a Miss Rodeo America pageant. So a lot of us did hold back still. But, everything's rolling, everything's on the up and up, and we're preparing the best we can.
Which is super cool that you'll get that. So April 24th, where and when? Give me some details.
Yeah, so my coronation fundraising gala is going to be held in Belgrade. It's called the Big Sky Barn Bash. So it's actually held at the arena where I keep my horses at. So it's called Epona Equestrian Center, and you can find them online or on Facebook. But it should be a lot of fun. We'll have live and silent auction items, games. We'll have a live band, so music and dancing, and so it should be a lot of fun.
Do you guys? I have some T-shirts.
Yeah, we should do some giveaways. Yeah.
I also could auction off if you need a live auction item or even silent auction item. I could come up with something.
Yeah,
like a round of golf with me here in Helena.
I'm sure someone would really appreciate that.
They're gonna be like, "Who is this guy?"
So it's okay. Just go have fun.
Yeah,
He's a great
exactly.
guy.
Just bid on it, and it'll be fun. Plus, you get lunch.
Exactly.
But so that's April 24th. And down in Belgrade, Miss Rodeo Montana Inc. on the Facebook has all the details. I'm sure.
Yep, correct. Okay. If you go to our Facebook page, there should be a link to the event. There's a link to buy tickets, or you can just message the Facebook page, and we can answer any questions that anyone could have.
Finally started following the Jason Walker Show page the other day.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks for that.
I think I might have. I know. I think I was probably scrolling through, and it says, follow. I was like, we're not yet.
Yeah. Nice excuse. Politically correct. I love it. So tell me what you've been doing with like schools, because the last time we talked, you were dolled up in your bedroom.
Right.
Because you just talked to a school in Montana.
Yeah.
You've been to the Capitol and everything. But what else has been going on the last few months?
Basically, everything we've covered. I did do a couple virtual school visits. Schools are a little, they're different. Technically, government buildings is that follow different guidelines dependent. But I have been able to do a few in-person school visits. We did some in North Dakota, South Dakota. I was able to do one in Broadus on my way to South Dakota. And today, the reason I'm here in Helena, not only to talk to you, but I went and visited. I did a Capitol visit. I met with Governor Gianforte, and we had a little meeting, sit down, and got some pictures. So
How was that?
It was a good time.
What did we talk about when you're with the governor?
You know, anything. I think he's prepared for anything. He knew I was Miss Rodeo Montana. We talked some ag stuff. He asked me about my platform. My platform is a little gray at the moment, but I think I want to focus on ag careers, and so he gave me some good ideas about who to talk to. So it was a lot of fun.
He is fun.
Yeah.
He's been on the show before, and but he knows a lot about his ag. Surprisingly,
He sure does. Yeah. He asked me about if I saw his meet in day video. Made sure I watched that, and
which of course everybody had to.
Yes.
Unless you are not into eating meat. And,
right.
This is just. It's so cool because we find, like I said at the beginning, we finally get to have normalcy. Have you heard about rodeos in Montana this summer? What are we planning?
You know, so far so good. My first rodeo this summer, I'm going to Mouse City for the bucking horse sale.
Okay.
So that kind of kicks off the season. You know, their bronc match on Sunday is PRCA sanctioned. So this is the first official year. It will be. Last year was supposed to be, but the event was canceled.
Right.
As far as that, I'm pretty sure rodeos are on the schedule. It's a little far away for any confirmation, though.
Sure. Miss Rodeo Montana, Lynn Kraus in studio, and just shining from the, all right. Have you been to Miles City?
Oh yeah. So I actually have
for the bucking horse sale.
Yes.
Okay. I never have.
Oh really?
No. I should.
It's almost a tradition in our family now.
Right. I should have probably gone in my 20s.
Yeah.
But I'm not there now, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never experienced that side of the bucking horse sale.
Sure. No.
But one of the first local titles I competed for was the Miss Southeastern Montana Rodeo Queen. I competed when I was younger for the Teen Queen title, and actually the title I took in to competing in 2020 for Miss Rodeo Montana was the Southeastern Rodeo Queen title. So,
Miles City's not in Southeast Montana, though.
It's pretty close. It's a good event to have that pageant.
That is true.
So it's been traditionally held there for many, many years. And so I'll be heading down there to help with the pageant. I actually still have all my perpetual items from being Miss Southeast Montana. And so
it was just seemed like yesterday, right?
I know. I keep saying last year, and I'm like, oh, that was 2 years ago, actually.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting it's 2021. Like the entire year of last year was gone.
Exactly.
All right. So you've been to North and South Dakota. You get to go to Florida. What others states are on tap? Do we know yet?
You know, nothing yet. I did have the opportunity to go to Oklahoma, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's just really close to my gala, and then going to Miles City, and then, Montana rodeo season kicks off. So I'll be really staying in the state of Montana until September.
And work is going well?
Oh, yeah, work is going good. The All West Veterinary Hospital has always been really supportive of me and really flexible with my schedule, and I'm really thankful to have them, in my backseat.
Which is always nice when work can be like, hey, so I need to take a quick day off or week.
Yeah.
All right, so Kissimmee, Florida, have you been there?
I have. Last year, I was able to go down for the Silver Spurs rodeo.
Okay.
And so that happened before COVID last year. And so I was able to experience Kissimmee. But, not for Ram National Sugar Finals. So I'm really excited, to be down there as Miss Rodeo Montana and, help out with that rodeo.
And it's not like, you guys, so you have to ride other horses, like other people's, like not yours.
Correct.
You have to ride other people's. What's that like?
So it really depends on the rodeo. Sometimes they'll ask a friend of a friend of a friend to bring in a horse that they know is solid and, who won't buck off Miss Rodeo Montana. Right. Or, sometimes the stock contractors has a string of flag horses who that's their only job is they carry flags for the rodeo. And it really depends. Sometimes they're brand new. Sometimes they're really old. I haven't heard too many things about the horses down in Kissimmee, but I have to be there, Wednesday afternoon for flag practices. And if I'm not there, I don't get to ride in the rodeo. Oh. And so I'm assuming they're pretty strict and hopefully their horses are pretty good. Yeah.
Well, that would be a good thing. When was the last time you were bucked off?
Well, it's been a while, so I can't pick an exact date, but I've definitely ridden a few of my horses at home and have come off of those.
MSU Spring Rodeo is coming up the weekend, and they don't get to have a whole lot of fans. I hope the weather's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. I'm not.
Because it's at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's not going to be in the brick, unfortunately. But it should be fine. It's Montana. We'll make it work. But I mean, if you've been to the Bucking Horse Sale, you know that it's rain, snow, or otherwise,
or literally any rodeo in Montana. You just never
exactly. They'll make it happen, I'm sure. But I know that they had a successful fundraiser. They have their Boots and Buckles Ball fundraiser for the MSU Rodeo team. They had that virtual. Flint Rasmussen was their guest speaker, so it was really cool.
You got to go to the circuit Montana finals in January in Kalispell. How was that?
It was really good. It was really awesome. They were able to put on a great production, regardless of the venue change and everything being last minute. It was really awesome. I'm really excited to, watch all those Cowboys compete in Kissimmee next week. Me and Cody had a lot of fun.
How is she doing? Because I haven't talked to her since Arlington when the national finals were going on last December.
Yeah, Cody's doing great. We just had a photo shoot with Mariah a couple weeks ago, and so we got to hang out for the whole day. She'll be coming down for my gala, and then hopefully I can help her out with whatever event she has. So I know that she's still in school, obviously. Right. So she's busy with all of her studies and everything else she's got going on. Just a busy teenager.
Do you remember those days?
Yes, I do. Sometimes, we're talking about, and it makes me feel a little old because I graduated high school in 2013, and so that was 8 years ago. I know. But yes, I do remember those days.
All right, I'm trying to pull up the Instagram. Oh, here it is. Okay. So you posted on Instagram.
Is it today's post?
Yeah, from Thursday. So let me get it centered here a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So, and I gotta turn that on. Okay. So just goofy pictures.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just, sometimes social media can be hard. I was looking at the calendar. I was like, April 1st is coming up, April Fool's Day. And I've had this collection of all these really bad pictures for whatever reason. Anytime, me and my mom go out or, I have a photo shoot with Mariah, I always like the funny ones too. And so they're saved in my phone. And so I had this collection of all these goofy photos. And so I just figured it'd be a good day to share them.
It was. So I didn't even notice the horse's mouth is open.
In that really nice photo?
Yeah.
My horse is yawning.
Like, you look great, and your horse is like, I'm so bored.
Yeah, she was over it. She was done. Yeah.
Okay, the one you look like you're in the forest.
Okay, then the fur.
Fur, yep. Explain that one.
So, I don't know what happened. I think we were up at Bridger Bowl. I wanted some pretty pictures in the fur. I had a new hat, and I really don't know what was going on in that photo. I don't know if something fell from the tree, a bug flew in my mouth,
Awesome. Putting on a saddle in the snow.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to get really cool pictures of me saddling my horse to show off my new saddle that was donated by Dan and Lila Redding. And I just told my mom to just keep taking photos, and that was one of them.
Nice. Look a little snobbish here with your nose up in the air.
Oh, trying to flip my hair back. Yeah, it's
great.
Really cute.
Absolutely. I mean, but that's the fun thing is you can joke with yourself.
Yeah,
and you have to in life.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And I know I like to live every day by day. And if we're too serious with ourselves, we can never basically get over ourselves. Right. I feel like, and it's better to have fun with everything and just be lighthearted, even if things are serious. It's always better to look on the bright side.
Exactly.
So.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go see Jason again.
Yeah.
Hey, but this is the first time you've reached out though.
Well, yeah, I was. Yes.
Hey. So I got a bone to pick with Cassie Turner, Miss Last Chance Stampede. She was in town. I drove past her last week.
Oh.
And she was in town looking for stuff for her gala coming up for auction items. And I drove past her, and I didn't even know she was in town. And I was like, "Hey, you should have been for an interview. What are you doing?"
Well, I'm sure she's busy trying to plan an event just like I am. I was just, going around town getting items as well.
Yep.
So
perfect. But I will. I've got some T-shirts I can give away, and I don't know if anybody. I think I still have friends in Belgrade.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. But yeah. So.
Yeah, I'd love to have you there, and any donation is really appreciated.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, we'll come up with something, but don't be a stranger.
Okay.
I mean, we have until December.
Yes.
So, and then once you become Miss Rodeo America, then it's like, wow.
Oh, then it's just a whole nother mess.
Yeah. Then you're going to be really busy.
Yeah.
Not that you're not now, but yeah, I'm anxious to be there in August. And anything you want to add about the pageant in August?
You know, I think we're actually releasing contestant packets today.
Okay.
And so hopefully we'll have those out. Any contestants who were interested or think they're interested in running, they can reach out to the Facebook page and request a packet. And we will just release more info as we know more info about this new pageant.
Do we have a song? Like when we crown Miss Rodeo Montana.
You know, there's the like Miss Rodeo America song,
right?
And it's like Miss Rodeo America, but I don't think there's a Miss Rodeo Montana song.
Different.
Yeah.
We got to talk to some singers
Yes.
and songwriters to get that fixed. Because the wife was like, "Hey, so are you going to come up with a song?" And I'm like, "Nope, nobody wants to hear me sing." I promise that.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't be a stranger. Thanks for
All right.
stopping in.
Yeah, of course.
It's always good to see you.
You as
It is
well.
Miss Rodeo Montana, Katie Lynn Kraus here on the Jason Walker Show. She is such a sweetheart, and appreciate her stopping in last week for an interview. And it's going to be fun. April 24th, you can go to Miss Rodeo Montana Inc. on the Facebook, get all the details, and for her gala. Miss Last Chance Stampede's gala is coming up on the 17th here at, or just south of us, at the Montana City Grill. We'll have some details on that because Cassie Turner is going to stop in tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show, Miss Last Chance Stampede. So it's going to be fun. And then on Thursday, by the way, Madison McDonald Thomas, the trick rider, will be in studio. I wish we could have some horses and have her do some trick riding, but our studio's not that big. And so we'll just show videos. All right. Quick break. When we come back, our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. We also have some great pictures from my son, who's overseas with the U.S. Army. And also, did I mention Ron Swoboda is coming up? He's next. Jason Walker Show. Don't go anywhere.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918. Or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Final segment, Jason Walker Show. That last segment, by the way, brought to you by our friends at Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Auto Concepts Performance of the Week in just a couple of seconds. Also, got On This Day in History coming up and much more. It's including some great pictures from my son Bob, who's in the U.S. Army over in Eastern Europe right now. Got a chance to do some really cool stuff, so we're going to show those. And it's totally fine. It's not, I mean, they posted them on their account, so on Facebook, so it's totally fine. All right. Auto Contest Performance of the Week. We'll talk to Ron Swoboda here in just a couple of minutes, World Series hero. But Noah Kovic had a great week. the two-time state champ from Capital, out in Iowa, went 5-1. He weighed in at 193, and they wrestled him at like 220, and he went 5-1. So he's a nominee. Got some other great nominees. We had some great softball over the weekend. But I'm going to give it to a lady, a young lady who, well, she did this over the weekend. That is Montana State's Tori Martell, who won the Rocket Mortgage three-point contest at Hinkle Fieldhouse, the home of Butler University. And there you go. Let me put it up on the screen. So Tori Martell going awesome. She also won a team championship, and I think another one too. So she got like 3 trophies she's bringing home. She will join us tomorrow as well. Our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, Montana State Bobcat women's basketball player, Tori Martell, who put the Bobcat uniform on for the final time in her career, and the lefty went out and tossed herself a record. So there you go, a championship. Congratulations, Tori Martell, our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. You can vote online, by the way, at Jaywalker Sports on the Twitter. Who's going to win tonight, Butler or Butler? How about Baylor or Gonzaga? Carroll College golf coach Ben McIntyre. That's not him. Mr. Timmy from Gonzaga. But McIntyre does this. Shaves. That is your golf coach, Carroll College. Shaving in the form of Mr. Timmy from Gonzaga. So he's obviously picking Gonzaga. That is today. Ben McIntyre. How about that? Nice job, buddy. Oh, my goodness. I got some weird friends. All right. Last week, had a chance to talk with, for the first time in my life, a member of the 1969 New York Mets. His name is Ron Swoboda. He made a fantastic game-saving catch. He also had the game-winning RBI in Game 5. And there's a Montana connection to Ron Swoboda, and we'll talk about it right now on The Jason Walker Show. It's freaking cool for me right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're even a little bit interested in baseball, the 2021 Mets will keep your attention. I have a feeling.
I do too, and it's been, 35 years or 34 years, I guess, since they won. It was 17 years in between 69 and 86. So the numbers add up to a World Series win in 2021, I think.
You know, here's what I want. I bought the MLB package. I live here in New Orleans, and I'm a Mets fan. I was down in West Palm, watched the Mets, watched Jake DeGrom pitch against Scherzer, and that's the matchup tonight in D.C. For the games that count. So I bought the package so I can watch the games because I care. I'm interested.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, this whole thing of once a Met, always a Met, I don't know if it's true for everyone, but it certainly is for me.
Well, you are one of the best Mets, of course. You've written a book, a memoir called Here's the Catch, and it's about the 1968-69 season, or 69 season. And why now? Why all these years later?
Well, I actually, when we were celebrating the 50th anniversary, this is the paperback issue. The hardback came out on the 50th anniversary of 1969, back in 2019, and now the paperback comes out, and so I'm trying to just get people interested in reading about a guy who was lucky enough to play at the major league level, certainly wasn't leading the league in anything other than sitting on the bench sometimes, but who got involved with this wonderful group of guys, and the story of 1969, because it was such a tumultuous political time with the war in Vietnam and identity politics and anti-war demonstrations and a lot of turmoil, and in the midst of this, we became the feel-good story for New York, and I think a lot of America. We became a feel-good story as we went to the head of our division. We win the division. We win the league. And going to the World Series against my hometown team, the Baltimore Orioles, having grown up there, it was just the kind of a story that I felt, and I didn't write this until I was older and felt like I had some facility with the language and had thought about these things for a long, long time. But I thought, if I don't tell this story for the 50th anniversary, I'm never going to do it. So I did, and this is for the paperback coming out now from St. Martin's, and I'm thrilled to death to be able to take people back to that period of time.
Ron Swoboda, our guest here, Jason Walker Show, and of course, being based here in Montana, you beating a Montanan in that '69 World Series, and Dave McNally. So a little connection there.
Yeah, I knew Dave was from there. I played with another left-handed pitcher on the Yankees who was from Missoula. Mike Kekich, who is, of course, famous for the wife-swapping incident with the New York Yankees with Fritz Peterson. They switched wives.
Right.
And Fritz Peterson is still married to Mike Kekich's former wife. And Mike Kekich, I think, is in New Mexico, but he doesn't reach out to too many people anymore. I think he's gone to ground. But he was a guy I used to hang out with on the Yankees. But McNally, I faced him a couple of times in that World Series, and he was he didn't overpower you, but he had good stuff and competed, like everybody on that Orioles team. I mean, good Lord, they were justifiably the favorites in the '69 World Series with Jim Palmer and Mike Cuellar, pretty good pitching staff, and then Hall of Famers like Frank Thomas and Frank Robinson and Brooks Robinson. That was a pretty formidable bunch that we handled in the World Series.
Yeah, and you say handled because you guys did. It was 4-1, and what a great time. World Series hero, author Ron Swoboda joining us here at Jason Walker Show. I got to ask you, you mentioned the pitching staff for Baltimore. You guys had a pretty good staff in '69. But where do you compare the staff from that '69 team to today's New York Mets team, which you mentioned DeGrom too, but the comparison between those teams?
Look, DeGrom is proving that he is, it's fair to compare him to Tom Seaver in the sense of stuff and coolness on the mound. When you watch, DeGrom looks like the coolest thing in the stadium when he's on the mound. And the thing, we had closers though, and that'll be the question for the Mets. Is Edwin Diaz going to be the closer this year and do what they got him to do? I think he had a great spring and is ready to settle into that role a little better than he has. But I'm not sure they had as good of arms. I'm not sure the Mets had as good of arms throughout their starting rotation as we had, with Jerry Koosman coming behind Tom Seaver. Koosman, to me, was a number one on almost any other team, but a team that Tom Seaver was on. And then we had Gary Gentry, a good young arm who threw as good as Tom Seaver, but had arm problems later on. Jim McAndrew had another big, strong guy that could, had good command and threw hard. And, Tug McGraw and Ron Taylor were lefty-righties closing for us. Back then, there was no sort of, identified closer. It was situational, more so back then. But yeah, the Mets have enough pitching, but I'm not sure they had as good a pitching staff as we had back then.
Well, let's not forget, too, Ron, that you also had a guy who got his only World Series ring with 7 no-hitters down on his credit, but Nolan Ryan was on that team
Oh, you're
as well.
right.
Yeah. His only World Series title.
Yeah. The only World Series he ever played in.
Yeah.
I got that. Nolan Ryan had a long, illustrious career, but that was 69 was the only World Series. And he always said that was his favorite team. But in 1986, that one of my favorite Met teams that beat Boston in the World Series with that incredible play, Mookie Wilson and Bill Buckner at first base. I was there covering that and that team, and that was an amazing bunch of people in 1986. That's my favorite Met team other than 1969. I've stayed a Met fan. I just care about them, and once you care, it is the curse of caring when the team isn't up to it. And there's been a few years here since 2000 when they haven't been up to it.
Yep. Ron Swoboda, our guest here. I gotta ask you this too. Francisco Lindor just signed a contract that's going to pay you about $34 million a year. Did you? I don't think you probably made $34 million combined in your career, correct?
I made maybe $30,000. If you do present value on that $30,000 over 50 years, you're not going to come up with $34 million. When he turned down 10 years and $325 million, I mean, I couldn't swallow, when I heard that. I couldn't swallow. If you go down the list of the top 10 best paid major league ball players, every 3 guys on that top 10 list, that's $1 billion. You add them up, that's $1 billion. They're all 3 something, and 300 and some $1,000 over, 10 years or 8 years or, all that. It's $1 billion, and those are numbers that my poor little addled old brain cannot compute.
Well, I'm looking forward to reading the book. I wish I had more time to chat with you, but Ron Swoboda, the New York Met 69 hero, the game-winning RBI, the great catch, and to save the game. And man, appreciate your time. Can't wait, like I said, to read the book. It is called Here's the Catch, a memoir of the Miracle Mets and more. Ron, appreciate the time, and you have yourself a great baseball season.
Yeah, Jason, it's about 10 trips to the bathroom, and you ought to be able to read it through. And thank you for having me.
That was a fun time. Ron Swoboda, New York Met. Oh, man. I'm going to get him back on this summer. He's great. He does radio for the AAA affiliate in New Orleans for the Marlins. So fun stuff. All right. I know our friends on Treasure State Radio are going to be leaving us here in a second, but we already did our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. It is Tori Martell of Montana State University, and she will join us tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show. And I was busy today, but let's get right to... Hold on, I got to do this. Where's it at? Oh, on this day in history. We don't have an intro for it. We got to get one, right? I think so. Yeah, we'll got to get an intro for that. Anyway, this day in history, sports history, is brought to you by Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear, including our Jason Walker Show t-shirts, which you're going to start seeing around town and around the state. We've got them all over now. They're in Texas. I really want to get one to Ireland. But Big Sky Printwear, over 35 years of experience. Sheila and the gang do a great job. They handle any size order for any special event, business, schools, and more. Everything's printed in-house. They'll design logos. If you only need one shirt or 1,000, They'll do it. Big Sky Printwear on Euclid, the corner of Euclid and Henderson, 1400 Euclid in Helena. It is National Caramel Day or Caramel Day. Go for Broke Day, Raisin and Spice Bar Day, Read Roadmap Day, Deep Dish Pizza Day. It is also Nebraska Day, Gold Star Spouses Day. Yes, we thank them. National Flash Drive Day, and on this day, 1915, Jess Willard knocked out Jack Johnson in 26 rounds for the heavyweight boxing title. 1919, Antwerp officially declared as host for the Games of the 7th Olympiad coming up in 1920. It was the first post-World War I Olympics. 1934, baseball superstar Babe Ruth agreed to do 3 15-minute broadcasts a week over NBC for a fee of $39,000 for 13 weeks. And $4,000 more than his Yankees playing contract. Let's see here. New York Met Tom Seaver in 1983 set a record with the 14th National League opening day assignment. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar passed Wilt Chamberlain's all-time career scoring record of 31,419 points on this date, 1984. A lot of basketball. Stanford women in 1992 beat Western Kentucky. In 1993, the Chris Webber timeout game as North Carolina beat Michigan. 2004, Connecticut knocked off Georgia Tech. 2005, the 24th NCAA title game, Baylor beat Michigan State. 2010, Duke beat Butler. Remember that one. In men's basketball. 2011, on the women's side, Texas A&M beat Notre Dame. That was Skylar Diggins. 2016, UConn women knocked off Syracuse by 31 in the championship game. Slats Gill passed away on this date, 1966. He was a basketball Hall of Famer. 36 years at Oregon State, including the first NCAA championship, 1939. Died of a stroke at the age of 64. Gill Coliseum, named after him. Let's see here. Herb Fleming was born on this date in 1898. He was an American jazz trombonist and vocalist. We bring it up because Nikolai L. Michel, also known as Herb Fleming, was born in Butte in 1898. Kurt Cobain killed himself on this date in 1994. There's some famous actors born on this date. 1900, Spencer Tracy was born. Betty Davis, born on this date in 1908. Gregory Peck was born on this date in 1916. Gregory Peck, who, by the way, starred in one of the all-time classics of American cinema in Amazing Grace and Chuck. Check it out. He played the president. General MacArthur, Douglas MacArthur, passed away on this date in 1964. He was 84 years old. And it brings me a chance to show this picture of MacArthur with my grandpa. And that was taken out at Washington. Whatever fort's out there. I can't ever remember. But anyway, there you go. Let's see here. Let's do the walk-off.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Time for the walk-off. Jason Walker Show. We are brought to you by Capital Collision Center. Okay, the walk-off. So my son, as we know, my son Bob is over in Eastern Europe. And I got to see if I can get this. I gotta get the names right here and where they're at. So, oh, it went away. What the heck, yo? Anyway, I'll find it. But I'll show the pictures. So he's hanging out with his team in front of one of the Blackhawks that they fly over there. Because my son being a 15 Tango. But Romanian Member of Parliament Sorin Don Moldovan visited the airbase yesterday over in Romania, where my son's at, the Mihail Kolganishanu Airbase. Now, Moldovan is the vice chairman of the Committee for Defense, Public Order, and National Security. And the 3-1 Assault Helicopter Battalion which is what my son's a part of, said hashtag stronger together, hashtag defender Europe, hashtag nightmare inspire excellence. The Nightmare Soldiers, that's what they're called, continue to build strong relations with the allies, including in Romania. So now that's my son, Bob, showing the inside of their helicopter to Mr. Moldovan. There's Bob there with his arm leaning up. Look at that. He looks like a government employee leaning up against the helicopter. That's Bob, again, showing the helicopter. This is pretty cool when you get to see this. I mean, it's not every day this stuff happens. So, and then there's Bob and one of his dudes hanging out. Fort Lewis, Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington. Thank you for that. For that Facebook. So there they are, just hanging out and having some dinner. It looked like Easter dinner. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's my son hanging out. Almost brings it's a little emotional. I mean, you don't get to see him. FaceTime occasionally, but that's pretty damn cool right there. So thanks, Bob, and all of your teammates. That's just freaking awesome. Super cool. Hey, get on the schedule, by the way, for Nitro Green today. For all of your lawn, tree, and pest needs. They will take care of everything. Get your yard and everything looking ship shape before you head out and play some golf or do whatever it is that you're going to do this summer. But you want your yard to look good, and Nitro Green will take care of it. So hope you had a great Monday. I know we did. Thank you to Katie Lynn Kraus, Miss Rodeo, Montana. Ron Swoboda.
The Jason Walker Show.
Let's do this. No, not that either. How about we just, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. It's Monday, right? Okay, Ron Swoboda and Katie Lynn Kraus joining us today. Thank you for that. Tomorrow, we will talk with Ryan Schwackert of Last Chance Curling Club. Cassie Turner will be in studio, Miss Last Chance Stampede. And we will talk with our Auto Contest Performance of the Week winner, Montana State University's Tori Martell, national champ in the three-point contest, Rocket Mortgage three-pointer contest. So that's awesome. Seriously, hope you had a great Monday, had a great weekend. We'll do it again tomorrow. Don't forget Madison McDonald Thomas on Thursday. I believe Andrew Rowland, Northern football coach, will join us on Wednesday. Presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State law says it is your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Until then, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com. Oh, and by the way, everybody is picking Gonzaga to win tonight. You know what? I'm going with Baylor. Just for that. Gonzaga's story, it's not cute anymore. It's just not. They're not a Cinderella. Baylor beats Gonzaga tonight by 5. We'll do it again tomorrow. See you at 4, Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.